Hey, what's up guys? How you doing? It is Lasty here. Merry Christmas to all of you out there and welcome to today's video. So what it's going to be is a squad builder here on FIFA 18 Ultimate Team of players that I have met. Now, throughout my time doing this YouTube stuff, I have been lucky enough to meet up with a few footballers, like whether it be at like launch events, like award stuff. It's mad, and I've actually managed to put a whole team together of players that I've met that are actually on FIFA. Now, yes, this is very similar to Spencer Owen's Selfie squad, and I've definitely taken inspiration from that. It's a really cool series that he used to do, and I wanted to... Well, based on that, I wanted to see like if I could get a squad together featuring players that I've met. So I've definitely, taken inspiration from that. So I'll leave a link to one of Spencer's videos of that down below in the description. If you could do me a favor on Christmas Day and hit that thumbs up button, that'd be an amazing present to me. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. So I'll try and put some pictures up alongside some of these players, but I'll talk about them as we go through. So we'll start off with the goalkeeper, and this was a tough spot because there's only a couple that could really fit in this role. The first one being Jan Sommer, who goes in goal today. Now, I have been about this close to Jan Sommer, but I've not actually had a picture taken with him. He left before I was able to ask him for one, but a few years ago at Gamescom, him and Sahin from Dortmund came actually into the FIFA room where we were playing, and they were doing some filming for like German Bundesliga stuff. So I've been in the same room as him, but I haven't managed to actually get a selfie with him. I did take a picture of him, so hopefully I'll be able to put that one on screen. The only other option for goalkeeper would be Bartosz Białkowski from Ipswich Town, who of course I am an Ipswich fan. I live in Ipswich, and I bumped into him in Marks and Spencer's not so long ago. He was just doing a food shop, so was I. But yeah, like I'm not exactly going to ask for a picture in Marks and Spencer's, right? So he is the one I'm going to go with in goal, Jan Sommer. So 83 rated keeper from the Bundesliga. Going to struggle with chemistry from here, but it's time for me to put in my defence. So this right here, guys, is the back four. It is Premier League and an icon right now. So we start with the right back, Nathaniel Klein. I played a game of FIFA against Nathaniel Klein and Bateson. So I was able to get a selfie with him. This was at the FIFA 17 launch event. So I got a selfie with him in the tunnel of London Stadium, the Olympic Stadium, West Ham Stadium. And we, had a little chat for a few minutes and all that sort of stuff. And I played a game of FIFA against him. I ended up losing, but my teammate on that game of FIFA, it was Bateson and Klein versus me and Ryan Bertrand, who is someone that I've met. I've actually made a video with Ryan, and it is on my channel, and I can leave a link to that in the top right corner or something, where at the launch event for FIFA 17 I was able to get a game against Ryan, ask him a few questions over a game of FIFA, and that was good fun. And he's a nice guy. Popped up and said hello to me at the FIFA 18 launch event as well, which is kind of mad. Really nice guy, and of course he is the left back for Southampton. Now it just so happens that I can get a strong link to him, to Virgil van Dijk. Now this is the FUTMAS version of Van Dijk, and I was lucky enough to briefly meet him at the FIFA 18 launch event, where I managed to get a quick picture with him, but that was about it really. Absolutely massive in real life, 6'4", and I'm like 5'11" or 6 foot or something, so yeah, he's a bit of a man mountain and a complete and utter beast on FIFA 2. So he comes into the selfie squad today, and at that same event, and that event was brilliant for me meeting footballers. A lot of them are coming into the squad today. I was actually able to meet an icon, a Manchester United and England legend, that is Rio Ferdinand. Now we've got the loan of his prime icon today in my ultimate team. I was again able to get a picture with Rio, and well, on FIFA, 83 pace, 91 defending and 86 physical. That's a pretty decent back two, to be fair. It's a very good back four, if I'm honest. Literally just from players that I've met, they get chemistry, and of course having an icon here does help us get a little bit of chem with the goalkeeper as well. And I think I'm able to actually put a team together here which is going to play relatively well. However, for some reason, I guess a lot of the more sort of known footballers that go to events and stuff seem to be attackers. So my midfield is going to be stacked with attackers, and of course so is my attack. Let's stick the midfield in now then. So this right here is the four that we've got in the 4-1-2-1-2. And like I said, pretty stacked, I'm not going to lie. So in the defensive midfield spot today is the only actual midfielder out of the four here. And I've had to bring him back a little bit. He's got all right defensive stats, but obviously you want to play Dele Alli as a centre midfielder. Once again, I was lucky enough to briefly meet him at the FIFA 18 launch event. And got a quick picture with him, which I'll put on screen right now. In terms of stats, this year on FIFA, he looks really, really good. What I need for him to do, though, is really perform in the league. I want some informed Dele Allis, because last year on FIFA, with a couple of player of the months or whatever it was, and then a player of the year, and he was good. He was really, really good on FIFA. And of course, with the 4-star skills this year, that would of course help him a lot. Another player that I was able to meet at the FIFA 18 launch event was Michail Antonio, who plays for West Ham. Now, he's got a FUTMAS item, so I was able to bring that one into the club and get him in my ultimate team. Same thing, of course, for Van Dijk, and I've got to record this a few days before Christmas, right? So there's still chances that some of these players on screen right now may have a FUTMAS item. If so, I might have completed it, I might not have done. But typically, I do like to go ahead and complete like the SBCs for players that I've met and stuff. It's cool, you know. I like that. So yeah, Michail Antonio has got a really good FUTMAS item on the game, and again managed to get a picture with him at the FUT 18 launch event. It was just teeming with footballers. It was brilliant. It was really good. And of course, Alexander Lacazette is another man that I was able to meet at the FUT 18 launch event. So again, managed to sneak a quick picture with him. It's a bit awkward sometimes. They've got like their people around them, and you go up to this footballer and you're like, hey, can I please take a picture with you? So yeah, that was pretty cool. We managed to get a little pic with Lacazette, and what I noticed is that he seemed a lot smaller in real life than I would imagine him to be. He says 5'9" on there, which isn't actually that much smaller than I am, and I just felt like I was a lot taller than him. I'm not too sure why, but pictures on the screen. That is me meeting Alexander Lacazette, amazing player on FIFA, has got absolutely awesome stats, 4-star skills, 86 pace, 85 dribbling, and 83 shooting. Next up, we have potentially one of the most legendary footballers out there, right? Zlatan Ibrahimovic. I've talked about this hundreds and hundreds of times. Your auntie and uncle and nan and granddad probably know at this point that I've met Zlatan. But yeah, during FIFA 17, I was given the awesome opportunity to go and hand Zlatan his Player of the Month award in like December or January. It was December, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, went up to Man United's training ground, drove up there early one morning, and was granted access into Man United's training ground, and luckily enough was able to meet and you know, briefly have a little chat and have a picture taken with Zlatan, of course, and all of that sort of stuff. And of course I did that Player of the Month, right? I had to go ahead and unlock Player of the Month Zlatan, and he was one of my favourite players in FIFA 17 because of that. And once again, on FIFA 18, he's a bigger guy, a little bit like Antonio, so that's why I've decided to put both of these guys into my centre midfield spots. The way FIFA works, typically you can sort of do that and they won't be too bad. But yeah, nowadays declining a little bit in pace on the game, but still got a rocket of a shot, and he seems good on the ball and stuff. But yeah, meeting Zlatan Ibrahimovic, definitely one of the highlights of this career thing so far. Time to add the strikers then. So these two right here are the strikers that I have met in real life. We are starting off with Marcus Rashford, who was at the FIFA 17 launch event at West Ham's ground. He was there to record a video. I think he recorded with Spencer when I went off and recorded with Ryan Bertrand. Bateson went off and recorded with Nathaniel Klein. So yeah, Rashford at that point in time had really just come onto the scene and was this big name bursting out of everything. And he was just sitting on the dugouts, having a bit of a break. So I popped over to him, asked for a quick selfie, and yeah, so I've met Marcus Rashford, pretty cool guy. And then we have Thierry Henry, an absolute legend and icon of the footballing world. Get this, right? So not only was I lucky enough to pop up to Man United's training ground to present Zlatan his award, but as I get to the Man United training ground, go into the complex and stuff, meet the EA representative, shout out John Cole, I met up with him and he was just like, oh, look behind you, look who's there. And literally Thierry Henry was just in the same room as us. So we were like, walked up to him, can we have a picture, please, Thierry? And he was really nice and stuff. Allowed us to get a couple of pictures each and that. So that was amazing. And there was like quite a famous interview around that time where Thierry and Zlatan were having an interview. Pogba walks in, and I was literally in that room with Thierry and Zlatan just as they were like getting ready to start that interview and stuff. So absolutely insane. So yeah, met Thierry Henry, got a picture with him. I will have put that on the screen as well. What a beast, and what a beast in FIFA too. That's quite something. So that is my starting 11 of players that I've met in real life. It's not too shabby at all. We've got a couple of icons, mostly Prem, and then a little bit of Bundesliga as well. Now we're onto the bench. Now I mentioned that I bumped into Bart in Marks and Spencer's not so long ago. We'll move on now. Jordan Rhodes, he plays for, is it Sheffield Wednesday plays for now? Actually went to school with Jordan. I've said that loads and loads of times, so much that my mates take the piss out of me for it, I think, at this point. Yeah, went to school with Jordan Rhodes for like 3 years. He joined my school late high school, and we were mates for a bit. It was good fun. We just go out and play football and stuff, as he was playing for Ipswich Town, which was cool. So yeah, nowadays he is playing for Sheffield Wednesday. Haven't spoken to Jordan in years. Next up we have David Myler, who, of course, I've met a few times now. Big footballer for Hull City now, big in the FIFA community, which is really quite strange. But yeah, of course, David Myler makes it in. I wanted to put Myler in my starting 11, but because Hull are in the Championship, not in the Premiership, it would have lost me some chemistry, which sucks. So come on, Myler. Back in the Prem. But yeah, obviously Dave's a really nice guy, and I wish I had the 99 version of him on FIFA rather than the 69 rated version. But yeah, of course, have met David Myler. Next up we have Akin Fenwa. Akin Fenwa was actually, I've met him a couple of times, randomly once at like the NFL offices. Haven't got a picture with him, but he's always really like loud and like huge in the room and like talking to everyone at once, so it's a little bit odd to say, hey, can I get a quick picture with you? But Akin Fenwa, the beast, the stronger man on FIFA 18. I've met him a couple of times, once at the NFL offices when I was up there for a little bit, and then he was actually commentating. We were live on like the Sport Bible or something to around 30,000 people when me and Bertrand were playing Klein and Bateson at the FIFA 17 launch, and he was actually like commentating on the game. So he was like walking behind us, coming up, asking us questions and stuff. So yeah, have had brief sort of chats and stuff with Akin Fenwa, the absolute beast. Next up we have Daryl Murphy. Now he just about makes it on the subs bench. He used to play for Ipswich, of course, and I am from Ipswich, big Ipswich fan, all of that sort of stuff. Doesn't anymore, he plays for Nottingham Forest. But for the past 2 years, it's very random, but I go on holiday to like the same place every year if I can, right? And it just so happens that for the past 2 years, when I've been at this hotel in Florida for my summer holiday, Daryl Murphy's been there for the past 2 years as well. And I haven't got a picture with him. I'm not going to bother him on his holiday and stuff. But I have got a picture of him that I sneakily took just to prove that he was there. But yeah, 2 years running, the guy's been on the same holiday as me at the same time. Very, very odd. And he likes a pint and a burger on his holiday. I'm not sure whether footballers are allowed that, but sorry if I've outed you there, Daryl. And then we have Sahin, who, same story as Sommer in goal. He was in the same room. I've been about this close away from him at the FIFA 16 Gamescom, I think it was, a couple of years ago at this point in time. Then we have Ruben Loftus-Cheek. Met him at the FIFA 17 launch at the West Ham ground. I have got a picture with him. I don't know if that one's ever made it onto social media. I'm not sure. I got sent that really late, and then I'd already posted all my pictures and stuff. But yeah, met Loftus-Cheek and had like a professional photo done with him. Very nice guy again. And then we have Mkhitaryan, who, again, I haven't had a picture with, but briefly sort of, he said hi and stuff to us. He walked through, he got goal of the month, the same time Ibra got player of the month. So when we were waiting for Zlatan to arrive, Henrik sort of walked past, said hello to the group that was in the room at the time, and then went off and did his interviews there. So have sort of briefly met Mkhitaryan, but not actually spoken to him properly or had a picture with him or anything like that. So that right there, sorry, this has been really long before I'm going to show you the goals with the team, but I wanted to like have a brief chat about everything and show you the pictures that I've got with all these players and stuff. So these are the players that I've met on in real life that are on FIFA. It's actually a pretty solid team, and I would actually kind of like to play against other YouTubers who have got selfie squads. Maybe Spencer might give me a game at some point, or other guys like Bateson and that have also probably got a full starting 11 at this point in time. Might be cool to get a little bit of something going, try and test our squads out against each other, see what could happen. But anyway, guys, do me a favour and hit that thumbs up button. It's time to move on into the goals. Let's see what we could do with the team. So I went into a bunch of games with this squad, and it was actually really enjoyable. As much as like using a squad of attackers from the midfield upwards can be, you definitely like notice it. I thought that we'd be alright, because there are some meta players in this game that you can put in, that are strikers that you can put in centre mid and you'll be all good. But I'd say that Zlatan and Antonio probably not the best centre mids to use in the world. Much better at going forward than they are at trying to hold down the midfield and stuff. However, like Zlatan's actually got some pretty good passing, I guess, so he could kind of get away with it. Dele Alli, pushing forward from the defensive mid spots though, scored a couple of goals, and he's actually really solid on FIFA. I enjoy him a lot. I've got a couple of goals that I was able to get with Antonio. There'd be a couple times where I would bring on David Myler and take off Rashford, and at that point I'd stick Antonio or Zlatan up front. You know, obviously showing that he's much better once he gets up top. He's got the 4-star skills, he's really quick, he's really strong, and he's actually got some pretty decent finishing ability. So I'd say that you missed out if you didn't go ahead and get his FUTMAS item, but who knows, like, well, at this point you guys know. I'm still a few days before Christmas when making this video, so I don't know what the other FUTMAS cards are unless all the leaks are true and stuff, but we saw some changes, so hopefully that'll be the case, and there might be some cool other players in here. I get really lucky with that Lacazette goal right there. I get the first one blocked and the second one just bounces off him and goes into the back of the net. Lacazette's one of those players who's just got that crazy luck factor, who, yeah, you'll like be on a little run with him and he'll get into a confrontation with a defender, and at that point he'll just like knock the defender to the floor and he'll fall over, but well, Lacazette will get up quicker and run away with the ball. He's a really lucky player, and I actually feel like from inside the box he scores easily on that left foot. I actually score quite a lot with him there, and just generally his shooting's really good across the, well, as a whole. So I would recommend him. I actually think he's come down in price quite a lot nowadays from what he used to be. So he might even be someone like that I get to link up to some French people on the road to glory at some point. Not too sure. We'll figure it out, no doubt about it. And now we move on to, well, the final goals, and all the rest of the goals that I scored were with Thierry Henry. This guy, I can't figure it out. Sometimes he feels a little bit clunky, and then other times he just feels like so far above everybody else on this game, with his ability to find the back of the net with all different types of shots and stuff. And using this lone icon, it really makes me want to complete the full version, but I've got my heart set on Ronaldinho. Whenever that will happen, I don't know. But I've decided that after I packed Cristiano Ronaldo, and I also packed an icon, Overmars, not so long ago, that was a lot of profit from 2 packs. So I decided that I will be definitely getting Ronaldinho when he comes out. And obviously, if I was to do Thierry Henry right now, he's like 3 million, and I just don't have the extra to do like both. And I feel like I'd regret it if I was to do the SBC for Thierry. However, I've never met Ronaldinho, and it would be cool to own a Thierry because I've met him. So I don't know. I'll figure it out along the way. I'd also love to do Prime R9 Ronaldo. He's someone that I've been within the same like 50 meters of, I guess. I went to Inter Milan once and watched Ipswich play Inter Milan in the UEFA Cup back in like, I don't know, 2001 or something. Yeah, literally went to Milan, went to San Siro, and Ronaldo was just coming back from injury. Christian Vieri scored a hat-trick against us, and then R9 came on with his gold boots and literally made my life complete because I absolutely loved him. He is my second favourite player of all time, and probably the best player I've ever seen actually in a live game. So that has been the Christmas squad builder of players that I've met. I really do hope you guys have enjoyed, and I also hope that you have a lovely day, whether you celebrate Christmas or not. I hope you just have a nice, chill, relaxing day, spend some time with your family. That is all that matters in this world. Have a good one, guys, and I'll catch you next time. Peace.